Greetings to all light forms and life workers who have found this demonstration of tarot and oracle services. I am the Third Eye Lion, your host for this experience. Much gratitude to you all. Hello. I'll start making a list now. I will quickly pull one card from each deck to give readings for people viewing in the future. Greetings. Thank you everyone for showing up. Hope the day is beautiful for you wherever you are. Morning birds and other sounds will be going on in the background. Yes, I will add you to the list now. Hopefully it looks a little bit better for you guys. I have a new webcam. Testing it out for the first time today. So a little more clarity in shot. Okay, so anyone resonating with deck number 1, now or in the future? Peace of mind. So our mental state and how we hold that mental state doesn't just affect ourselves. It creates a reflection, and the light that hits us reflects off of that. When we know that we are peaceful, that everything is well, that we exist in perfect mind state, that begins to reflect outwardly, and we begin to attract that back in. The peace of mind that we know is true will bring more peace to us because our mind is a magnet. And what we think is what we attract. Okay, those choosing deck 2, now or in the future. Yggdrasil, the world tree, the connection of all things, the 9 realms, and the infinite possibility of connection through each atom of reality. Everything that you want, can think of, or even fathom in your dreams is real. It may not be real to you now, but it was real then, and it will be real to continue. So connect to yourself, ground into the infinite universe, and know that the world where you're powerless and sad and poor doesn't have to be the world you live in. You can shift to any other plane at any time. Those who choose deck number 3. The King of Wands in reverse. The message for you, those who choose deck 3, is that your power is real, and your ability to educate, to understand, and to delegate is not fake. No matter what anyone has said, you hold the power of your thought and your actions. Sometimes we forget to act on our thoughts, and we let those thoughts consume us. Now take the time in your life to find the ways to use your thoughts, to use your emotions and your actions to impact this world and bring the beauty and the creation that you seek deep in your heart. Okay, for those who choose deck number 4. The Page of Cups. You have an infinite flow of love and of kindness and understanding. Now is your time to share that with someone else, to be open to give this energy, to transmit this energy outward through the world. Know that your reflection and your power is true, and connect to your flow of love. Be open to give it unconditionally, but with your own respect, with your own boundaries, which protects the water from contamination. Deck number 5, Messages from the Angels. Awareness. Become aware of everything. Of everything you do is awareness. You're aware of your actions, your thoughts, your breath, your eye contact, and everything in between. Continue to find new ways to tap into your awareness, to be aware of things you haven't been aware of before. There's a lot of extrasensory things happening, a lot of extrasensory beings all around you. Most of the time, we're just not aware of them. Know that the angels and more are with you at all times. And now is the perfect time to be aware of that. Okay. Message 6. Now's the time to cut the cords that have held you back and have prevented you from creating. Find your creations and give them new life. Find things that existed in the past and have been in your life in the past, and bring new life to them. Bring them new energies and new powers, because these things you have created long ago still have service and still have energies in this now. Okay, last message, and then I'll start doing readings or answering questions. 10 of Cups is flight. Have the fire inside and know that in your rib cage, right where your heart and lungs lie, is the momentum, the movement of love. Find that home that exists within your mind, your own home space, your home base. Ground it in and ground it above, and begin to fly. You are a creator of your life, and you bring both pollination and germination everywhere you go, which allows new things to come into this world and bring the energies that you wish to create to life. Okay, much gratitude. So, Katerina, you're up first if you want to choose 1 through 7. And if you have a question in particular, or just would like an energy forecast. Hope everyone here is having a good day. There's more information on the decks I'm using in the description of this video. A relationship reading. Your partner is not doing okay. What is next for you? Okay, you can choose 1 through 7. I have different decks or different frequencies. Or you can just choose a number. Okay, angel messages for you. So either you can tell me when to stop, or I will stop shuffling when the angels tell me to. Your choice. And thank you. I know that it's not an easy thing to ask a question. Might appear to be so, but it's not. It doesn't have to be. But thank you for doing it either way. So, with this relationship with you and your partner is a matter of perspective, is in reverse. How you're perceiving it is affecting how you act towards it. The angels are really letting you know that you deserve happiness, and you can be happy no matter what. It is your choice. But if you want this relationship to continue, accepting help, finding a relationship counselor, finding people who've been in long-term relationships and asking for help. It doesn't take anything away from you to ask for help. It actually adds more happiness and more joy into your life when you can see other perspectives. Just know that the way you perceive things right now oftentimes is not completely what it is. So I see this relationship working or ending based on your choice. If you see the negative perspective, see it as something that is no longer good and is past its expiration date, then you should get rid of it and move on to something else. But if you believe that it is salvageable, that it can be repaired, and that you can ask for help to improve this situation, then I recommend you do that. But it's your choice. Like everything in this world, all I can suggest to you is when you have the choice, choose happiness. It's a lot easier than anything else. There's always something to be happy about. If you have sight, then that's something to be happy about. You can hear, again, you have food, shelter, internet. These are all things that others don't have, and that's something to be happy about. That you have so much abundance in your life. So with your relationship, you can save it if you choose to ask for help and get a new perspective, but if you think it's past due, then it's time to move on. Either way, the angels will support you in your decisions. Much gratitude to you. And thank you. Yes, I will add you to the list here. Blessings to you as well. If anyone here would like to be notified when I do the next live, feel free to subscribe. I also have a lot of archived content on here that might be exactly what you need to hear. Okay, Jew Lopez, if you are here, you can choose 1 through 7 if you have a question in particular or just would like an energy forecast. I'll give a quick intuitive message from the ancestors about perspective. How we perceive things oftentimes is skewed and manipulated and controlled. This is not something that most people are aware of. They think their perspective is their choice, but oftentimes they do not think about choosing a different perspective. How we perceive things is oftentimes how we feel about those things, which gives them energy or takes away that energy. Know that your perspective is more powerful than what something actually is. It's how you perceive it. Okay, deck number 2. How H's family life with R currently. Okay. So you can either tell me when to stop, or I will have the ancients tell me when. So those who've been to my videos before, I hope the video quality has improved. From my end, this webcam looks like it's better, but different perspectives. Oh, okay. So with H and R, so their family life is basically ruled by habit. This is the habitual witch. This is the continuous process of doing things again and again for no reason in particular, just falling in a habit, falling in a ritual that doesn't actually grow. Same thing every day, doing the same energies every day, saying the same things every day. But at the same time, there's a lot happening in their inner realms. This is inner earth magic. This is the magic that happens within the world and everything. But oftentimes it brings fear and negativity. People don't want to look inside. They don't want to see what is inside. They want to ask for help and questions from the external forces and rarely want to tap into their own internal magics. So there is a lot of development happening on the inside. And the one issue that is happening in their home life is blind faith, blind devotion, blinded magic. They are not tapped into their sight. They do not see the cosmos. Their third eye is not open just yet. So this is preventing them from moving forward, from progressing in this relationship. Their home life is stagnant and is habitual, but they still have the power, the passionate magic inside, in the inner realms, but they are not tapping into it now, which is causing ritual and detachment from the spiritual, where all the infinite power that they need and ever will need exists within, but they keep looking outward. So I hope that answers your question. Much gratitude to you. And Jessica, I will add you to the list right now. Yeah, that habitual witch is one hell of a witch, and really affects people in ways that they don't think about. Once you have a habit, a consistent, every day the same thing, every day becomes one, and nothing ever really happens until that habit is broken. So, Gloria, you can choose 1 through 7. And question in particular, or just an energy forecast? Okay, I'll start shuffling here. Do you have a question today, or would like an energy reading? Oh, okay. Any energies coming towards you? Well, before the reading, you got a lot of angels coming in. These are not the same type of angels that normally work with you. These are some extra dimensional, extra universal angels coming from an entirely different reality we can't even perceive. Some like really powerful 9D angels are coming in. So first, to reconfirm that, is the angels that are coming in, they are going to bring temperance. They're going to bring balance into your life. The balance of creation and consumption, of thought and action, of growth and flow, of sunlight and of shadow. Everything in life is balanced. Everything is dual. And this energy that is coming towards you will bring a new sense of gratitude, a new sense of achievement. But open your arms to receive all that you have. Do not close yourself to the love that you will be receiving. This love is coming towards you. This unconditional cosmic love is coming in. Just know that you do not have to do everything alone. You can ask for help. When you believe you have to create and make everything by yourself, it causes cuts and you leave things behind. Know that you always have help and you always have assistance from the cosmos. Ask your team for guidance if you need it. Ask your energies for clearing and cleansing of your form, of your energies, and allow this to blossom. So what is coming to you now is a sense of balance, of angelic energies, of love, of joy, but also of a little bit of anxiety, of stress that you have to do it alone. You don't have to. You'll always have a team of guides with you. So I hope that answers for you. If you have another question, I can add you back onto the list. And yes, I will add you to the list. Ricky? Ricky? So JJ, if you are here, thank you. And if anyone here would like to maybe book a 30-minute one-on-one session with me, there's information in the description of this video, as well as more information of the decks that I'm using. Deck number 7. I will add you back to the list, Gloria. Yes, I am. I have a few of those Claire abilities, but yes. I get visions, music, smells. I get sensations on my skin. A lot of Claire extra
Yes,
senses.
I have a few of those Claire abilities, but yes. I get
Sorry about the echo there. Okay. And there's also a clairsentient, which means I can sense other aspects of myself on other planets and in other realities. Sometimes that comes in out of nowhere. So what is Dee's thoughts after our conversation about religion earlier? So the main thought is the conversation you had is germinating, is beginning to seed in their mind. This is allowing them to begin to blossom and understand the things you talked about. There's going to take them time to process this information and fully understand it, but they are watering it and they are working on it, even if it might take a while for their to fully change how they see things or fully see things your way. Just know that you lit that candle and you are creating new thought lines in their mind. So they care very much about this conversation, and you open them up to a new way of thinking that they didn't think about before. And the main thing about this conversation is strength. It gives them a new sense of strength and power to conquer, but to tame. It allows them to master their thoughts in a way that is their own. So you planted that seed of power, that they do not need an external God, that they have the internal God radiating within their mind and their heart. So you are showing them that they still can be religious and still be spiritual, but not have to be a slave to the system. They do not have to be systemized and fear a deity. They can be that deity and know their own power. So the conversation you had is something that is going to take time for them to fully embrace, but they feel stronger now because they had that conversation. So I hope that answers for you. And yes, I will add you on, Luna Moon. Updating the list here for everybody. Okay, Julie J, you can choose 1 through 7 if you have a question in particular, just like an energy update. Hello. Hello, everybody. Okay, Julie J or Jessica, you can choose a deck, and if you have a question in particular or just like an energy forecast. And I'm shuffling for you. Shuffle 6 times. Okay. How does your brother see me? Many things. Okay. What does he think and feel towards you? So he straight up sees you as somebody reckless. He thinks that your actions are reckless and they negatively affect other people. And you are not aware of that. I'm doing Julie's, and then you will be next, Jessica. So this recklessness, so these are things that may not be true. They're mostly not true, but this is his perceptions towards you. He also sees you as somebody who it can create a storm, that when you set your mind to something, it just grows and grows based on the more that you do those things. He sees you as a powerful person, but your power hurts others, he believes. And mostly he thinks towards you as somebody who's a powerful creator, an artisan, somebody who knows how to create, knows how to make, but oftentimes doesn't know the outcome of what you're making. So this is most likely the most true thing he thinks about you. You are a powerful creator, and the things you create artistically affect the whole planet. But know that they can never affect it negatively, because all creation will lead to more creation. Even if it's something that was intended for destruction, it will always backfire. Creation leads to more creation. So he thinks you're reckless, but I don't think that at all. You know what you're doing, and you're creating it based on your intention. Other people may perceive it as recklessness. For you, it's just passion. Okay, Jessica, you would like an energy forecast? So you can choose 1 through 7, so I know which deck for you. I will add you on Seashell Case. I don't know about the buffering, Luna, but thank you for letting me know about that. Okay, and deck number 4 for an energy forecast. So you can tell me when to stop, or I'll stop when the energies compel me. You'll be next, Ricky. Thank you for staying. Okay, energy forecast. After 5 shuffle. So for you right now is a perfect time through the internet, through phone calls, to connect to your sisterhood, to your coven, to your group of other like-minded individuals who love wine, speaking, dancing, music, and creation, any of those things together. Okay, about Xavier. So I will pull 3 more for that. Your energy forecast, though, is now's the time to connect to your friends, open that dialogue, and allow them to help you. Do not be afraid to meet new people, to find the strange people in your life, and find new connections with them. Know that you are a powerful person. Just be aware of who had the power before and after you, and allow the legacy of what you're doing to affect what will come forward. And do not forget about your past. Use your past to inform your future. And what does Xavier feel and thoughts towards you is he sees you as somebody that he wants to be with, but there is a blockage that he can't be with because of his own insecurities. His own beliefs are preventing him from fully caring and fully opening his heart to you. And it's sometimes you have to cut the cords of what exists before you can have a new life. Xavier is kind of caught in his creation. He's caught in his job, and what he is doing is kind of his main focus at this time, and he is not opening his heart for relationships. And his view towards you is somebody who's a organizer, somebody who brings people together and allows growth and ceremony to happen, celebration. And he sees you as a organizer, as a creator, and as a very powerful person. But right now he is caught in his own cycle and the process that he has been doing for a long time. So I hope those both answered for you. Thank you very much for your patience. And Ricky, you can choose 1 through 7 if you got a question in particular, or just for like an energy forecast. Okay, what does the Aries J feel about you? I got 3 different tarot, but I don't have any terror cards. Closest to that would be Life and Death Tarot, which is deck 7. Okay, yep, number 7. Okay, and how does Jay feel about you? The Aries. So his feelings towards you is that of love and creation. He sees you as somebody moving forward in your goals, somebody grounded and connected, but is passionate and knows what you're creating, knows how to take your thoughts and turn them into reality, which is something that he has struggled with. He knows you're going in the right direction and you are heading where you need to go, but sometimes you don't see that you are going in the right direction. You might question yourself and stumble with what you're doing, but you always will continue to go in that right direction, but sometimes you don't see where you're heading. Think of it a boat in the fog. It knows where it's going, but it can't see because of the fog. And he sees you as somebody who will give him a new life, who will help him create something very strong that he has never felt before based on the rituals of old. What have the part of him that he had long ago of passion, of creativity, of love, he felt died. He felt his heart was broken and it completely died. And you are somebody who can help bring him back from the dead, the emotional dead, to restart his emotional life. And whether or not these are true, this is how he feels towards you. Deck 3? Okay. I will save that for you, Charlie, and you can uh, always listen back later. Yes, and that death is something that you can help him change those suicidal tendencies. So much gratitude. Okay, Gloria, you can ask another question here. Hope your call goes good, Charlie. Will I hear from CL by the end of July? Okay. I don't know why I said it like that, but July is a pretty magic month. Stop when compelled. Okay. So, Gloria, there's a lot of lion energies coming through. I don't know if you are connected with the lion spirits a lot, but um, remember the pride of the lion and to be proud of all that you have done and know that you have done well every single day is what the lions want me to remind you of. So yeah, most most people who find my channel have some connections to the lions. Yes, I will add you on DM. So yes, you will hear from CL by the end of July, and they will contact you probably digitally. We'll make a digital contact, either email or some form of social media message. Just know that their passion and energy is coming forward, but they are going through a level of conflict where they have to cut out people in their life and they have to redistribute their power, redistribute their actions because they're probably losing some legal issue, or they're about to face some legal issue that they're afraid of. And justice, they feel, is unfair. They feel like people are being unjust to them and they're on the wrong side of justice. So they will contact you and they will probably mention some legal dispute or some conflict professionally or personally that is affecting them and is why they haven't contacted you before this point. They have a lot of conflict in their life in this now, and by the end of July they will make it through that conflict enough to have enough open heart space to contact you. But right now they're going through conflict, so if you want, you can make the first contact. I don't see any issues from that. Lions were meant to roar. Okay, Luna Moon. No response yet, so you will hear back. But by the end of July, they're probably going through a lot of conflict and administrative legal stuff at this time. Okay. So while I'm waiting for you here, Luna Moon, if you come back, I'm going to do Charlie Bear, and he has already let me know his deck in question, which is deck 3. And the question is, how does your sister, Fran, feel about you? Can you fix your relationship? So, Sister Fran. So she feels that you are a passionate person who knows what they're doing and knows what they're creating, who's going out there and making it happen, which is something that she struggles with. But she also sees you as somebody who's looking outward instead of looking inward. Whether or not these things are true, this is their perception of you. So as somebody who instead of making things happen now, she sees you as somebody looking for things to happen to you. Again, this is probably not true, but this is how they perceive you. And they also perceive you as someone who allows their thoughts to dominate their life. Somebody who is not completely in control of their thoughts, their power, and their energy. That is someone who can be manipulated and swayed. But yes, the relationship can improve and will find a new life once you make it to the point of passion that you want to be at. When you are at your own positive frequency, this will show your sister through her blood that she is capable of being more than she ever has before. Oftentimes people get in a rut and they keep creating the same patterning. But when someone in their life, even a strange, makes those change, it affects their whole DNA, it affects their whole life. So continue your process, continue your passions and those energies you hold, and allow them to just blossom. And yes, this relationship can improve. Just focus on your relationship with yourself now And then you will see that change all the relationships in your life. Okay, Luna Moon or Seashell Case, you'll be up next. Any questions in particular, or just an energy forecast? So Luna Moon, Seashell Case, or Punja, if you have a question or just would like an energy forecast, you can post it in the chat. Anyone here wants more information about me and my services and the decks I'm using, they're in the description of this video. I'll give a quick intuitive message from the inner earth beings. So I have a Dhamma from the city of Telos under Mount Shasta in Northern California in the United States. And the message from the inner earth is that all that you want to achieve, all that you have longed for your entire life, exists within you now. You can feel how beautiful and amazing it would be if you had all these things. If everything happened perfectly, how would it make you feel? How would you act knowing that everything is perfect? Well, you can, at any time, remember that that magic exists within you, within this planet, and within the all. As above, so below. Much love. Yes, I'll add you back to the list. Julie J. I'm moving somewhere for studies or job in future. Okay, you have an anxiety being away from your parents and losing them. Okay. So you can choose 1 through 7, and I'll give you more information on that. So Julie J, if you just stay, and after I do these, I will ask another question for you. I don't mind multiple questions for people. Okay, I will choose for you. Let's get messages from the ancestors. That's fine. They're in the description of this video, a brief description of each one. So I'll shuffle. You can either tell me when to stop, or we can have the ancestors tell me. So your question is about moving for studies and job, moving from Asia to Canada, and there is anxiety and worry about your family and losing your connection to them. Know that those anxieties and sensations that you feel, just the ancestors really want you to know, are illusion. All anxieties, all fears, any uncomfortable things are a kind of self-put illusion. When you know that everything will turn out perfectly and you will make everything happen the way you want to, you surrender and you detach from the outcome, and you know that it just will happen. The ancestors want to remind you that you are powerful and beautiful, and no matter what happens, your family and the community will see your power and acknowledge your beauty. So what you're feeling is death, is the idea that when something changes, when death happens, that it will take things that shouldn't be taken. It will cause conflicts, and things will be changed when you're not there to monitor the situation. And just know that those old energies will have to die at some point. Everything has to die. But know that when something does pass away and there is death, it leaves a new opportunity, new things to grow. Nothing ever really dies. There's always an echo. There's always a legacy of everything that has ever happened. And yes, I do see you moving. I see you traveling long distances and seeing a whole different part of this massive planet that we live on. And when you get there, you will begin to be involved in community service, in working with other people, meeting new people, bringing new energies to life based on your unique perspective. When you go to Canada, which I see you very much arriving there, they were as safe as they can be, and any things that do happen were meant to happen. And when you make it to Canada, and when you make it to this place, find some form of community outreach. Call the people at the elderly center, at the orphanage, and during this, global isolation that's happening, people still can receive phone calls. People still can receive kindness from a distance. Call your family, make contact with them, continue your relationship over the internet, over phone calls, even over letters, and know that you're still connected to them even when you're not geographically next to them. But yes, I do see you traveling, and your family will be safe, and you can continue your connection with them even from a far distance. Okay. DM, if you're here, you can choose a question or energy forecast, and there's 7 decks. More information in the description. Thank you. It takes a lot of strength to do what you're doing, to make the separation from what you have always had and where you've always been. But know that that's the right thing for you, and you can still have a connection to that even from a far distance. I appreciate you as well. If you would like to know when I'm doing the next live or any of my other videos, feel free to subscribe here. I have a lot of archived content on this channel as well. Okay, so D, if you are here, or Julie, you can ask your question and choose a deck. You can put it in the chat. I will do my best to do them in order, but the order doesn't really matter. Much gratitude. Current energies of your BF. Okay. You can pick a number 1 through 7. I'll start that for you. And more information of the decks in the description. Seven. Okay. Either you can tell me when to stop, or I'll stop when the spirits compel me. Okay. I have the decks here in the sunlight to charge, so when I pick them up, the first card's warm. And I like it. I like feeling the energy here. Fresh morning air. Morning here where I'm at. It's 8:12 in the morning. Hope you are doing well, everyone here, whatever time it may be for you. The current energies of the BF. So the main energy is of movement grounding, of being grounded and connected to their passions and what they're doing, but moving forward. There may be a block in feeling that they're going in the right direction, but they're still going to keep on moving no matter what. And they are beginning to learn about their magic, their abilities that they have always had, their abilities to give service to others, to share this knowledge, but to also profit from it at the same time. And they're having a hard time profiting from their abilities. They think it's unethical to profit, or there's some money blocks. But when they overcome that and they ground their energies and they connect to their passions, they will bring more knowledge, more power, and more information into their life. And so they very much feel the connection to you, a lot of information they gain from you, but they are beginning to learn their own magic and their own power, which is something that they've probably been told is wrong, been told tarot and other types of studies are evil, but they're learning that that's false, that there is no evil, and everything is just if it's done justly, and there is always injustice, which can always be ratified. So they are learning their power, and they are gaining new movement in their life, and this will bring them closer to you. One more thing. When so you are intuitively correct, but also know that you sometimes can create those things too. So what I recommend is work with the angels. Know that there's a huge army, a huge collection, more numbers than we can even think of powerful angelic forces, all stationed here on this planet. And instead of praying for their for their well-being, you can pray for the angels to come and send some of your angels to go with them. Say, I know I'm protected. I know I am secure. I allow some of my forces of protection to be with those who I love. And by doing that, it will help that panic. It will help that anxiety that you feel for their well-being, because you know that they're protected by the angelic host, by a whole collection of entities that we can't fully see. I very much understand what you're referring to. My father passed away when I was 7, and for many years, every time my mom would go anywhere, I was afraid of her dying. And so I use that angel technique, also knowing lions, cosmic lions, who consume demons and ghosts and negative forces. These are lions of light, and there's millions of them. A family member of yours does some black magic thing, and we are kind of affected by him. Not me much, but your parents and siblings see those bad spirits and can feel them. Oh yeah, you're talking about. So I call it the black miasma. Other people have different names for it. It's basically the lingering residue of darkness, and it affects those in your life more than it affects you directly. So, um, kind of work with your family and tell them that they are protected, they are tapped into light, and light will always shine through the darkness. Okay, Julie J, Luna Moon, and Cecil Case. If any of you three are here, you can type your question and a deck you would like, and I can start that for you. Okay, deck 6, shuffle 6 times. Yes, I will add you, Thomas. I may not be able to get their name, but I can tell you about their personality, because many people have multiple names, and names are one thing I'm not able to fully answer. But I can tell you their personality type, their archetypes, and their frequencies. Okay, one. So in January, I passed in front of your crush's workplace and briefly saw him in the distance. I felt a crushing sadness in your chest. Was I feeling his feelings? Yeah. Thank you. So, uh, empathy. Yeah. So you were feeling his feelings, and empathy is a very strong force. Sometimes we feel so much power from others that it appears like it's our own, and sometimes our empathy is more powerful than our own sensations. So the idea is the the call of the nightwing in reverse is the chattering of thoughts, the very sudden movement of anxiety, of panic, of, and oftentimes these are not our own. It could come from three things. One, perception of how you perceive them perceiving you, which is a feedback loop, which then affects you. Two, could be ghosts, aliens, or some type of mind control. Three, could be an aspect of you from another dimension sending you a message that you should be aware of what's happening right then and there. So, um, this crush does care about you, and but doesn't know how to see and understand you, because you are a very forceful movement, a very aware energy, and they're asleep. They just are asleep to how things have always been, to the control system, to the manipulation. They don't want to be awake. They like being asleep at this time. And you're such a powerful force of awakeness, of knowledge and concepts, that it jars them. The idea is when someone wakes you up from a deep sleep and you just panic instead of waking up. The difference is someone wakes you up with water or someone wakes you up with a flute. Someone wakes you up with a flute, it's more of a calm waking up process. But somebody just throws water in your face, you freak out. And that's kind of what you felt, was the kind of panic waking up instead of the calm waking up. They're still asleep, and they have to find the right time to wake up for themselves. Hello, Rob. Thank you to see you back again. So, uh, Thomas, you can choose 1 through 7, and I can answer that for you. About your future love. updating it here for you, friend, and adding you to it first. So I'll do one or two more. So from this list here, Thomas or Rob, you can choose 1 through 7 if you have a question. I can do that for you. Wrapping it up right here. I'll do one more reading. So just to answer for you, Thomas, your true love. I can't give you your name, but the energies that are coming through intuitively, if you watch this back, is that they are someone involved in community service, caring for other people, and energetic healing. But they themselves are someone who has been abused and manipulated, and they are just beginning now to take their power back. Yes, you'll be the last one here. I don't know their name in particular, but it is probably based on one of the seasons. So like Julie or autumn, or based on something month or season related. April. Okay. Do you have a question, Rob, or just want an energy forecast? And you chose the Book of Life and Death Tarot. So their name might be April or May or Janice, Julie, some version of one of the months. So will the Sagittarius you spoke to in August 2019 get in touch at any point in the future? To you, the powerful Leo. So you can tell me when to stop, or I will have the spirits tell me. And thank you everyone watching. If you want more information about me and my services, you can find them in the description. If you want to know when I'll do the next live, feel free to subscribe. I will continue to do these on a daily basis. So they will make contact, but it will probably be digital. Yeah, most people who show up and find my channel have Leo in their chart somewhere. So they will get in touch digitally, but the energies that you planted in August are watering, are growing. It's just taking time for them to fully understand their power and their energies. And funny you mentioned the Leo, is you have such a strength and a power and a mastery over your lion energies and your passions. Yeah, Skype or an email or Facebook message, some digital communication, because the more you tap into your power and you embrace your strength and that strength of mastery of understanding and of compassion, you will attract those people to your life even from a far distance. Just know that your thoughts radiate outward, that you think that you are strong, you are beautiful, and you're just a rad person, which I believe you are, and other people do. It will continue to attract that back to you the more you understand your own power. So I hope that answers for you. They will make contact probably in the next few months, and it will be a small contact at first that will lead to more interaction in the future. So much gratitude to you, Rob, and everyone here. Look forward to seeing you at the next live. Thank you.